Guys, welcome back to Pro Gun. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate that. Today, I want to talk to you about why the .40 caliber of Smith & Wesson sucks. And that's all .40 calibers, including Glock. Let's go through a quick history on how the .40 caliber was developed. After the 1986 Miami shootout, the FBI adopted the 10 millimeter. But it was short-lived because the FBI found that the 10 millimeter was too powerful, too heavy, and had too much recoil, and it was very difficult for the agents to control. So, in 1997, the FBI decided they wanted a cartridge and a gun that would be lightweight, have lots of penetration, high capacity, and less recoil. So what they did was they took a perfectly good 10 millimeter and they neutered it. They cut the case down and used less powder, but they used the same bullets. The .40 caliber was really designed to be a compromise between the 9 millimeter and the 10 millimeter. The problem with the .40 caliber is, if you look at a 10 millimeter, you could see how beefy and chunky the frame is, okay? And it is heavy. What they did for the .40 caliber is, to keep it lightweight and easier to carry, they took the 9 millimeter platform, and all they did was they took basically a 9 millimeter gun, they drilled the hole a little bit bigger here and put a slightly wider barrel in and a stronger ejection spring. And the problem with that is the 9 millimeter was not designed to accommodate high pressure cartridges, and they just do not hold up. And that is a fact. There's .40 caliber people out there that say, oh, I shot 50,000 rounds through my .40 caliber with no problem. That's bullshit. You did not. They just don't hold up. And that includes the Glock. I used to have a Glock 22, and I got rid of it. The FBI constantly does testing over and over again in Quantico. And because the 9 millimeter advanced so much, what they determined was that the wound cavity and penetration between the 147 grain 9 millimeter was really not much different than the .40 caliber. And besides, it didn't have the brutal recoil. So in 2014, the FBI went back to 9 millimeter. Right? Now, there's a lot of people out there that own .40 caliber and say, well, it's almost like the 10 millimeter. It's nothing like a 10 millimeter. If you don't own a .40 caliber and you're thinking of getting one, I would just go right to the 10 millimeter. And the reason is that 10 millimeter is designed to be shot with 10 millimeter ammo. Number one, 10 millimeter can also shoot .40 caliber. So it's like getting two guns in one, and it'll hold up. That's basically the difference here between the .40 and the 10 millimeter, is that 10 millimeter can accommodate many, many more rounds that are much more powerful, and the 10 millimeter gives you pretty much the equivalent of a .357 Magnum in a semi-automatic pistol. So if it were me and I had to choose between getting a .40 or a 10, I would go to the 10. I just think .40 is stupid and a waste of money. Leave me your opinions. I'd like to know. I'm sure I pissed off a lot of .40 caliber users, but facts are the facts. Thanks for watching.